Now we all heard the man, Chris Hemsworth, the man who played Thor, the God of Thunder. Chris has a new series coming out called Limitless, in which he explores ways for humans to live longer. And one way that Chris decided to understand how people can live longer is the fast for 4 days. You heard it, no food, only water, and having that as your only sustenance. In today's video, I'm going to unpack Chris Hemsworth's idea about fasting for a long time to see if it actually leads you to have a longer life. And at the very end of the video, I'm going to give you my recommendations on how I would recommend to go about doing a fast. Guys, let's talk about food. Howdy y'all, Dr. Islam here, aka your poop guru, trying to give you the best tips and tricks so you can live your best life from the top all the way down to the bottom. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button, like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel where you get great tips and tricks, and subscribe to my newsletter where you can get great tips going to your inbox every single week. Now, one of the things that Chris talks about in this video and he reacts to is how actually fasting has been shown in multiple studies to actually help people live longer. And in fact, he talks about the most important thing he can put in his body is actually nothing. The idea of fasting comes from actually starving your body from glucose, which is the sugary substance to give your damaged cells life to do more damage and cause more inflammation going on inside your body. And so when you're fasting, you're actually limiting your body from getting that glucose so it doesn't have that propensity to feed the organs or feed the cells it shouldn't feed. But not only that, when food is plentiful, your body stores fat under the skin and inside organs. This is one of the reasons why you have what's called fatty liver disease. That fat accumulates and goes into internal organs like your liver. When food is scarce, the fat goes to the liver and actually turns into what are called ketones. And ketones provides an emergency power for your body and your brain to function. And this is actually what we think could be helping to reverse the aging process. So what exactly does the science say? The science does suggest that the less amount of calories that you eat, the longer you tend to live. We've seen this in animal studies, and we're seeing this in other studies as well. And what we have found is caloric restriction actually can be helpful to a certain degree. Now, certainly starving yourself where you're actually just emaciated is not a good thing. You don't want to be starving yourself to the point where you don't have any nutrition, you don't have anything working, you don't feel good. But having a restricted diet has been shown in multiple studies to be healthier for you and also to allow you to live longer. It's crazy how much fasting is part of a longer life. In fact, fasting is incorporated in many facets of spiritual longevity as well. We've seen fasting in multiple cultures and multiple religions to help enhance the mental clarity that it goes on, but also to enhance what could be going on physically inside as well. And we have a lot of evidence for this because as you're minimizing the food coming in and minimizing the caloric intake, that causes your body to actually adapt more effectively to the energy that's left in there. And that adaptation over time can also allow you to repair cells and repair the damage that may be going on inside your body. Now, I'm a huge fan of fasting. In fact, I have done intermittent fasting for a long time. Now, for me, I could not do 4 days of not eating. That's, for me, it sounds like a terrible idea. But incorporating some sort of fast into your life is going to give you a lot of effective and beneficial health byproducts. Now, there are a lot of ways to do fasting, whether it's intermittent fasting or fasting for a couple of days. Basically, the whole goal is to restrict the number of calories you're incorporating into your diet so you're actually not eating as much as you normally need. I do what's called intermittent fasting, where you fast for 16 hours and then you eat for those 8 hours. So in essence, I'm just skipping breakfast. But with that, and also with the addition of sleep, that gives me an 18-hour fast where I'm not eating anything except for liquids. And during those 8 hours is when I eat. Now, there are other ways you can do fasting, like maybe for Chris Hemsworth, there are a couple days where you don't have anything to eat or you're having only water. Or you can do a 24-hour fast, maybe twice a week, where for 2 days, you don't eat as you normally do, you're just fasting. And those other 5 days, you're having your normal amount of food. Either way, you're restricting the number of calories going into your body, and that in turn will give you the health benefits of having that fast be part of your life. Now, there are a lot of different ways that you can fast, but there are 3 main ways you may have heard about. Number 1 is the 16-8 fast, which is the one I just talked about. fast for 16 hours, eat for only 8. Basically, you're skipping either breakfast or dinner. The next type of fast is the eat, stop, eat type fast. This is similar to what Chris Hemsworth did. This is where you fast for 24 hours, eat, and then fast again for 24 hours. Now, Chris Hemsworth did this for a couple of days straight. You don't have to do it like that, but sometimes having that 24-hour fast can reset your body and reset your metabolism as well. Then you have the 5-2 method, where for 2 days, you're only consuming about 500 calories, really restricting your diet, and the other 5 days, you're having a normal caloric intake. Usually people want to do this on the weekends so they're not binging or overeating on the weekends, which we typically do. So fasting seems like something you want to try, and I typically recommend this for my patients, especially those who have GI issues. What can you do to make it easier for you? Here are 5 things that I recommend to make it easier to fast. Number 1, drink lots of water. Staying hydrated is key. You're gonna be tired, fatigued, you're gonna feel hungry. Having that water will make you feel less hungry, keep you fuller, and prevent you from pigging out whenever you are opening up your fast. Number 2, stay busy and productive. This is why I typically fast during the weekday, because for me on the weekends, I'm not doing a lot, I'm not productive, and all I think about is food. During the weekday, when I'm doing work and with family, I'm doing YouTube videos just like this. I'm productive, I'm busy, my mind is outside of the fasting realm, and I can just not have to worry about that. Then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, my fast is done, let's eat. Number 3, when you're breaking your fast or starting your fast, have high volume foods. Foods that have a lot of fiber, substance. Maybe they have a high water content like melons, apples, food that has a lot of water and also a lot of fiber on top of that. Number 4, get some rest. During the periods of fasting, you may not want to exert as much energy. So when I do my fasting, I actually work out super early in the morning because that's when I have the most energy. I know throughout the day I'm gonna be tired, and so I don't want to exert as much physical energy during that time. And number 5, try to have black coffee throughout the day. Black coffee, especially caffeinated coffee, is low calorie, but that caffeine acts as a appetite suppressant. So if you're hoping to minimize the hunger pains when it comes to having the fast, try introducing coffee into your diet. Here's my call to action to you. If you want to try fasting, number 1, speak to your doctor and make sure it's safe for you. But also number 2, try to incorporate some of these tips that I recommend. I recommend doing the 16-8 fast. I found this easy. Start off low, see how you feel, see if you can get the benefits that I have had and my patients have had when it comes to doing an intermittent fast. I want to thank you for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button, like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We can get great tips and tricks like you're learning in today's video. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget, let's talk about poop. Thanks everyone.